Many young people want to start goat farming. Some buy 2 goats, some buy 10, some even buy 20. But after 1 year, the story changes. Many of them stop. The goats die, the goats don't grow well, or the goats don't reproduce, and the farmer becomes discouraged. The truth is simple. Goat farming is indeed profitable, but only when it is done correctly. In this video, I am going to share 10 important steps every farmer must understand even before they start goat farming. Step 1. Start small. This is non-negotiable. The first rule of every successful goat farmer is to start small and to start simple. Many farmers make the mistake of buying 20 goats, 50 goats, or even 100 goats to start with, but they do not yet understand the feeding plan, disease management, and breeding. When problem starts, they lose many animals at once. A better strategy is to start with 2 or 5 does and 1 buck, or even fewer if you are learning. Remember, the goal is to start and scale, not to scale and start. Step 2. Choose the right breed for your environment. Not every breed performs well in every environment. In West Africa, local breeds and well-adapted crosses often perform better than exotic breeds. I repeat, in West Africa, local breeds and well-adapted crosses often perform better than exotic breeds because the crossed and the local breeds tolerate heat better, they resist diseases better, they survive under local management conditions. A beautiful exotic goat may attract attention, but a well-adapted goat will bring you profit. Always prioritize adaptation and profitability over appearance. Step 3. Build proper housing. Goats do not like wet environment. They need dry, clean, and well-ventilated housing. Your goat house does not need to be expensive, but it must protect animals from rain, excessive wind. Raised floors or well-drained ground are very helpful. Remember, in building your pen, you want to choose the materials that are readily available. For instance, if where you are, it is very easy for you to get wood, then get wood. If it's easier and cheaper to get wood, use wood. If it's easier and cheaper for you to build a raised pen, then build a raised pen. If where you are, it is easier for you to use bricks or blocks, then use bricks or block. The essence, like I said, is to build a pen that will protect your animals against rain, excessive wind, and damp floors. Step 4. Understanding feeding. Feeding is probably the most important aspect of livestock farming because more than 50% of the money you spend in catering for your livestock is actually on feeding. Feeding is where many farmers fail. When you hear a young farmer telling you they are giving this feed, they are giving that feed, and yet their animals are rather even reducing weight, they are not gaining weight, some of them are dying, it is usually because they are getting feeding wrong. Goats cannot grow well if they only depend on random grazing. They need a balanced feeding system. A good feeding system may include grasses and browse, crop residues, tree leaves, and supplementary feed like maize bran, rice bran, beans husk, granite hulls, soybeans cake, soybean dust or soybean meals, and cassava peels, yam peels, and other local available feed sources that is readily available and also cheaper for the farmer. Remember, what your animals need is a balanced feed that contain all the nutrient sources, not a very high cost feed. Feed must supply energy, protein, and fiber. When feeding is structured, animals grow faster and reproduce better. Remember this, good feeding is not about quantity, it is about balance. It's not about the farmer saying, I gave my animals, or I usually give my animals this ton or this kilogram of feed every day, or I buy this feed at this particular price to feed my animals every day. No. What matters is if your feed that you are supplying your animals with is able to supply the required proportions of energy, fiber, and also protein. Step 5, always provide clean water. Water is often ignored in goat farming, but water affects digestion, growth, and milk production. Goats should have access to clean drinking water every day. Dirty water leads to diseases. Clean water supports good health. A simple bucket of clean water can make a big difference. Step 6, control diseases early. Disease management is critical. A successful farmer does not wait for animals to become very sick. Basic health management should include regular deworming, vaccination where available, observation of animals every day. A farmer who watches his animals closely can detect problems early. Early treatment saves lives. Late treatment often leads to losses. Step 7, select good breeding animals. Not every goat should be kept for breeding. Good breeding animals should show strong body structure, good growth, strong mothering ability, health appearance. A good doe should be able to raise her kids successfully. Good genetics improve the entire flock over time. Poor genetics multiply problems. Step 8, manage reproduction carefully. Goats reproduce quickly when managed properly. A healthy doe can produce twins frequently, but breeding should be controlled. Avoid breeding animals that are too young. Allow does to reach proper body condition before mating. Good reproductive management leads to consistent flock. In reproduction, when you are to cross, prevent inbreeding. By inbreeding, I mean you prevent a father from crossing a daughter, or a son from crossing a mother, or a grandfather from crossing a granddaughter. I hope this is well understood. I want to be very much understood here, because you should try as much as possible to make sure that you are not crossing goats' relatives. So usually what you have to do is that when your animals, your females, your does are ready for crossing, you introduce a buck that you know has no relationship with them, or a buck of your choice that you know this is the buck that you want to cross your females. So this is how it works. Once you know this set number of does are on heat or have given birth and it's up to 6 weeks, you introduce a particular buck to them. A buck you know it has the features that you want to maintain in your flock. A buck you know it has no genetic relationship with the does you are introducing it to. You leave it with them, with the dose, for about 4 more weeks. After 4 weeks, you can be sure that at least all the females, all the does has been crossed by this buck. Then you can release that buck. If you have another set, you repeat the cycle. When you use a buck for like 2 to 3 years, it is prudent and important if you change another buck, because by that time the first buck that you are introducing would have its kiss all over your pen. And like I said earlier, you don't want inbreeding to occur in your pen. Step 9, keep simple records. Many farmers do not keep records, but records help you understand your farm. You should track birth, death, sales, breeding date. Simple records help you see whether your farm is improving or not. Only when you take records of the cost of production and records of the selling prices of your goods, only then can you understand that you are making profit or you are running at a loss. For instance, how much money do you need to feed one goat per day? Now, when you do this calculation, you can be able to understand the cost of feed for feeding so number of goats from this number of date to that date when you are finally going to sell. This will give you the value in terms of cost of the amount of money you spent on each dough. And if you find this video helpful, when you are going to sell, you can now understand this is the proper pricing for my goat. This is the price I can sell my goat to actually realize profits. When you are underselling, then you make adjustments. When you are overselling, well, that is Christmas. Step 10. Think like a business. Goat farming is not only about keeping animals, it is a business. A farmer must think about feed cost, growth rate, reproduction, market demand. Your goal is not simply to own goats. Your goal is to build a productive and profitable flock. When farming is approached as a business, decisions become clearer. Goat farming is one of the most accessible businesses in West Africa. With proper management, a small flock can multiply quickly, under 5 years. But success does not come from luck. It comes from knowledge, it comes from patience and discipline. Start small, start simple, and start now. Remember to learn continuously. And if you need any clarification or have any contribution, go to the comment section. If you find this video helpful, like, share, and follow Farm North for more.